Welcome back to a BATV Christmas. It's the Caribbean's leading multi-purpose port terminal and logistics provider, so it comes as no surprise that they're extra busy at this time of the year.
So how are they coping? With us today is the Marketing and Client Services Manager at Kingston Wharves Limited, Simone Murdoch. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Amita. Thank you, Kenny.
Hi, Simone. Welcome to the show. As I said, you guys are extremely busy at this time of the year. Tell us a little bit about Kingston Wharves Limited and how do they fit into the overall logistic framework of Jamaica.
All right, so Kingston Wharves is as foundation as you can get in shipping. We've been in this business for 75 years. We were founded in 1945 on the port downtown Kingston, where those big buildings are now downtown. And then we moved to Newport West in the 1960s. So we are, as I said, as foundation as you can get. In the initial business, we only did ro-ro cargo, but now we do everything. We lift containers off with cranes, we roll cars off with drivers, and we also operate a fully fledged, full suite of services in terms of logistics services. So we do warehousing, we do inventory management, we also do pick and packing, and we do it for lots of clients, both domestic and international clients.
In terms of clearing my barrel, where in the mix
right.
it do you fall?
Okay, so the clearing of barrel, especially this time of year, is what we become known for. I mean, the business is very big, but of course, it's important for us to get information, valid information, to all our users, and one very important user group is the barrel customer. They're what we call our personal effects customers. So they're shipping goods themselves to themselves or someone shipping to them. And what is involved in that is we empty the containers, which their freight forwarders would have sent, and it's very integral. It's a tandem between the freight forwarders who pack those containers overseas, bring them to Jamaica, and when they get to Jamaica, Kingston Wharves takes over the handling of the cargo until the customers, yourself, Amita, decide to come for the goods. With goods on the port, you have the option of doing door-to-door service or having somebody else clear it for you, but then you also have, you can comfort yourself, and a lot of Jamaicans comfort themselves.
We want to comfort.
And this time of the year, especially for the next 3 weeks, business will quadruple. And of course, the building is not going to quadruple. So we have to put in a slew of initiatives to ensure that the customers are served and served adequately. So when customers come to our building and they process their shipment, once they have their TRN, which is very important, their bill of lading, which they would have got from their shipper, and they come as well to our building and do the customs clearance, the Kingston Wharf clearance, and then get their goods.
What are some tips for clearing cargo?
You must take a valid TRN, a valid ID card, which has a picture ID as well. And you also must have your bill of lading, which you'll take from your shipping freight forwarder. This time of year, we're open on Saturdays for customers. So this year, we're open Saturday the 14th of December and the 21st of December. All our warehouses will be open. And for some of our commercial customers who are clearing motor vehicles, our tins and pen operation will also be open the first Saturday, which is the 14th of September.
If I want to import a vehicle, you guys are the people that I work through in terms of with my dealer to get it in and get it to me.
I'm glad you said.
How does that process actually work?
I'm glad you said dealer, because only licensed persons can import motor vehicles. So you have to work through. Whereas with the barrels and the small packages, you can import it yourself. With motor vehicles, you have to have a dealer, somebody who's licensed to import motor vehicles, and most times you have to have a customs broker as well. So Kingston Wharf is, again, similar to the cargo, is handling. So you would have purchased your car, or your dealer purchased your car overseas, and those cars come to Jamaica, and Kingston Wharf manage that car. The car business for Kingston Wharf has been a growing business over the past 10 years. We are now actually the hub for a lot of the regional operations for motor vehicles. We have a large auto liner that operates through Kingston, and we have been lucky enough to manage that cargo for almost 10 years now.
In terms of being a part of the whole logistics hub that we've heard so much about, and you talk about the automotive thing, is that KWL is leading in that aspect when it comes to logistics hub for automotive assembling or being a part of that?
Definitely. We put our heads out there and say that from the Logistics Hub initiative was announced. We've been in this business, as I said, for 75 years, so we have a lot of experience in terms of handling cargo. So we said, why not? We can handle everything else. We can do everything in that logistics chain that a client would need. So we do logistics for motor vehicles as well, and that includes taking the cars, handling the inventory, sending them to almost 30 different countries within the region, and recently we also go extra regional. So we're doing cars through Mexico, coming to Kingston and going on to other areas. Cars that are manufactured in Mexico and the United States, and send them to other areas. So Jamaica is now getting greater value, and that's the beauty of logistics. It's not just moving a box from left to right. It's getting involved with that cargo, adding value to that cargo, and providing employment, a better skill sets for persons, and Kingston Wharf is at the center of that.
You mentioned earlier celebrating 75 years.
Yes.
What is happening next for Kingston Wharves?
Yes, so in 2020 we celebrate 75 years, and the business of Kingston Wharf, as I said, started in shipping, hardcore shipping, just taking goods off the ship, being the representatives for shipping lines and showing that their cargo is in safe custody until their clients come. The business today is very varied, so we're doing more, and at the center of that is the logistics business. So what we become now is not just safe custody to ensure that we have it safe, we are actually transforming that good, and like Kingston Wharf, we are also transforming. So we're becoming what you call a lead logistics supplier. So you name it, we can do it. What we've been able to do is to pair it with the things that we've done. We handle cars, we handle lumber, we handle steel, we handle containers. So because of that experience and that interaction for such a long time, we are now being able to manage that cargo. As I said, we manage both the terminal operations and we manage the warehouse operations.
So that basically gives you an advantage in the market because you are on two sides of this coin.
Yeah, but it does give us an advantage, but not only advantage, but we're good at it. so we like to keep that advantage.
There's a lot to talk about, with the Panama Canal and Jamaica moving pretty slow in terms of taking advantage of those opportunities. How is Kingston Wharves leveraging its experience to benefit from that?
We've been preparing. So the Panama Canal expansion meant that the competition not only in Jamaica but in the region has kicked up, because you remember that as a port, your competition is not just domestic, your competition is regional and extra regional as well. So you have to keep cutting it, because a shipping line has many different opportunities to do service in the Caribbean. So what Kingston Wharf did was to step out there right away. So what we did was to redevelop our berths, ensure that we had the right equipment. At this time now, we have one of the largest mobile harbor cranes that operate in the Caribbean. And as you would have said earlier, we are both multi-purpose and multi-cargo and multi-user. So once you can get it on a ship, Kingston Wharf can take it off a ship. And not many terminals can say that. And we also offer, you're talking about our 75 years and what's special. What we want to bring home is that Kingston Wharf is a company that believes in service and always being approachable. And sometimes most times gets our names out there, even when it doesn't have anything to do with Kingston Wharves. But because we are Jamaican owned and operated, and we've been doing this business for so long, and we've been getting regional accolades for this, Kingston Wharf has done the homework in terms of getting everything ready. Our terminal, our infrastructure, our capital investment for the past 5 years has just tipped almost $100 million US dollars. One of the biggest items is the total logistics facility, which is a 160,000 square foot facility, which is where our corporate office is, and most of the barrel customers will be coming this year. In 2020, we'll be also doing another facility in the Newport West area, which will be 300,000 square feet. And of course, when you drive along Marcus Garvey Drive, you would have seen the Tinsipen facility, which is operated by Kingston Wharves, and we manage about 5,000 cars rotating through that site.
So you're getting a lot of business at the Tinsipen facility now?
Oh, well, you can see that, right? It's almost full. And what we offer on top of that is also specialized services to dealers. So we're doing both the multi-users, which is all the dealers in Jamaica, and as well as the single users who want to use Kingston Wharves to manage their inventory instead of doing it themselves.
Okay. All right, Simone, before we let you go, just remind our viewers of the extended opening hours for...
Right, so coming to the port this Christmas, we're open on Saturday the 14th and Saturday the 21st. When you're coming, ensure that you've already collected your bill of lading. Ensure that if you're coming on the same day, ensure that your freight forwarder is open on the same day so you can always get your goods. If your family is still saying that barrel that has just been packed after Thanksgiving and Black Friday sales, ensure that the barrel is clearly labeled with the name on your ID, not the name that they call you all these years, right? The name on your ID. Right, so ensure it's properly labeled. And we know that it's Christmas and the children are on holiday, but this time of the year especially, we ask for the customers to keep those children at home. Waiting times are extended. As I said, our business has quadrupled this time of the year, and so has the waiting time. So we ask for persons to actually keep those kids at home so that we can operate in a safe space and get you out of there.
Awesome. You said you're open on Saturdays, but what's the time frame?
Oh, it's the regular working hours. So 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. we're open. And for commercial customers doing full container load, the weekly hours have been extended from 8 to 6 p.m. So you can draw those full container loads up until 6 p.m. For those persons who have been or are still bringing in cargo, because we've been doing this since November 11th. We go right up until December 21st for our commercial customers doing full container load until 6 o'clock. And on the Saturdays, it's 8 to 4.
All right, cool. All right, Simone, thank you so much for joining us here on a BATV Christmas.
Thank you for having me to spread the word.
The information.
Great.
All right, stick around, guys. More BATV Christmas after this break.